Alright, hey guys. I hope that you can hear me. My daughter's busy hoovering downstairs. So yeah. It's pretty it's the first time hoovering, pretty cool. Anyway, disclaimer. Like I said I'll do, I need to just mention that I might cuss during this. So you know, it is what it is. You can lock off right now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't do anything for me. But I have been thinking a lot about the excuses I've had to make to stay alive in this relationship, to be honest. And a lot of it has been very much, I've got red lips, I know. I naturally have red lips. I'm like Snow White. Ooh, ooh. No, I'm not. It's just a hard topic for me to talk about, to be honest. It's hard to deal with because like I have to kind of deal with it. That makes sense. There was always something, you know, when everything initially started. I was always making excuses. I'm still doing it right now. It wasn't just like just something. It was, I'm still doing it right now. Oh, he's upset. Oh, he's had a bad day. Oh, it's immigration. Oh, it's his football career. People are injuring him. He's being targeted. You know, oh, it's the gangs that he was involved with. You know, not gangs as in killing and murdering people. There's different types of gangs. Let's just leave it at that. Or I'm not slim enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not tall enough. There's always something, you know, that upsets him, and that's the reason, and I justify it. There's no justification for domestic violence. There really isn't. There just isn't. But I did it, and I'm still doing it because I still have to live with the person that's doing it. So it's not really great, to be honest, because you become this victim. No, it's not a victim mentality. It's you become so desensitized to it, you know. It becomes normal, and then you make excuses because you have to stay in that situation, because if you don't stay in that situation, then what? It's like, okay, you're more scared of the unknown than anything else, and you're scared of leaving because you're scared of the consequences of leaving. So you just stay because there actually is nowhere else to go. And in a way, it just enables that person to carry on, which isn't It's not right. And it's very easy to say, just leave. It's very hard to make someone leave. Trust me. It's very hard. I've tried several times. It's very, very hard. So I'm not really talking to people who aren't going through what I'm going through. I'm talking to people who are going through what I'm going through. Because anybody looking out would be like, well, actually, do you know what? It's easy. You're enabling him. It doesn't matter. You can move out. No. No. I have 4 children. I can't just pack up and go somewhere. I'm not going to end up in Devon somewhere because of a bully in my life. I'm not going to do that. Why would I do that? Why would I change my kid's school? Why would I change my entire life for that? Like, I've gone through this. And at the end to just be like, you know what, you win, I'm leaving. I didn't even realize that I was going through domestic violence. Do you know what? I didn't realize it. I didn't know it. I honestly, hand on heart, I did not. And people were saying it to me. It still didn't register. It did not register. It literally did not register. I was just like, well, that's my husband. He's going for a bad time. It's what it is. And I just kept on making excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. I just kept on doing it. I just kept on doing it. And I do it till even now. Because my mind, I'm just now going through counselling. You know? So my mind has to change. Literally, the neural networks in my head, in my brain, yeah, have to change. I have Asperger's syndrome, which means I'm autistic. And I'm on the high end of autism, right? The high spectrum of it. If you don't know anything about it, before you start just assuming that I'm just like crazy and disabled, go and look up what Asperger's syndrome is, yeah? And so I have, like, my life is very black and white. And I have the ability to differentiate things. A lot of the time, I just block things out. I literally just, like, I block it out and I put it away and I move on. And that's how I've been able to survive in my marriage, because I've just blocked most of it out. In my counseling session, I'm going through post-traumatic stress disorder counseling. The symptoms that I am showing at the moment are people that they see come back from war. That's what I've been told. Because I'm that traumatized. But I've also learned we all have coping mechanisms. So I've learned to block it out. I've learned to block a lot of everything that happens out. I've just learned to just block it out. It doesn't exist, it's not there. And that is a very serious problem. It's a very serious problem. Because I'm vlogging. What do you want? Okay, put it down.
What's up, YouTube?
Wanna come say hi? Come say hi. This is my
Hi,
son,
everybody.
Levi. I'm busy vlogging.
Please subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, please subscribe to each other. What's your channel called?
Say and Sage. S-A-I.
Come say it. Come say it. Come say it. or get your kids to subscribe.
Yeah, called Say and Sage. It's called SAIYAN SAGE space.
That's my money maker right there. He's like,
I have 13 subs.
this guy just like he loves money. Any which way he can make money. Oh, Malachi. I think it says 4 minutes. All right. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say now because he just completely brightened up my day. Oh my god, he's so amazing. He's so amazing. So what I was saying is just gone out the window now, which is basically sorry, I can't stop thinking of Levi. I just I block things out. And I make excuses, but that's the mind of an abused person. That's what I'm learning. I'm learning that people who go through domestic violence, their mindset is very different to people who go through who don't go through it, basically. And it would be, it makes sense. It would be. So it's just a situation of whereby I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself and how I felt and the fear and the rage, because I'm furious. Like, I'm not, now that I understand that I'm in an abusive marriage, I am not scared at this point. I always was, but I didn't realize it. And now I'm just furious. I'm just furious. Like, I'm furious. Because now I'm like, no for everything. No, no, no. Because my voice needs to be heard. Because for so long I was I was enabling the person and that's a very difficult thing to live with. It's very difficult to live with the fact that you're enabling the person who's hurting you. It's very difficult. And it's very easy for people on the outside to be like, well, if that was me, I'd leave. Oh, okay, thank you, bye. But it's not that easy when you're in it. Especially if the person who's doing it has support from his family. So it's like bad behavior is encouraged. It's encouraged, it's reinforced. And then you're busy reinforcing it. So it's like, oh, everything is fine. It's okay. It's okay. He's just had a bad day. No, it's not okay. And now that I understand it and I recognize it, more than anything, I recognize it now. No, it's not okay. I'm licking my lips a lot throughout this vlog. I know that they're dry. Like I said, it's just very pink lips, red lips. But to anybody else that's going out there through what I'm going through, just know that it's not your fault. And in order to stay alive, at some point, you will have to, unfortunately, it's almost like you don't have a choice, and you have to find a way to survive. So you do what you have to do, because if you don't, then you're pretty much screwed, because all you're gonna get is pure violence all the time. So it's not okay, but in a way it is. I know it's gonna sound really messy and crazy to people who don't understand, who aren't in a DV relationship. It's not that easy. No, it really isn't. I don't condone it. And as soon as someone even says something, forget about the physical violence, as soon as they even raise their voice and come into your face, you should be like, just that's a red flag right there. If I had known different, I would have understood and acted different. I didn't know. I really didn't. I come from a country where I have known women who have gone through worse than what I've gone through, and it's just like it's almost like a norm, and it's not normal. I'm not saying that all South Africans do that, so don't come for me, seriously. Like, don't, really don't. But it is, oh, you know, people keep on saying, and even here in the UK, like, people have been saying to me, like, you know, just, if you get through this, then that will be okay, and if you get through that, then that will be okay, and if you get through that, it's always like, if you get through something. So I was telling myself, if I just get through this phase, you know, he'll calm down. If I get through that phase, he'll calm down. If I get through that phase, he'll calm down. If I get through, then he'll be okay. He'll be okay. No, the man just hates me. There's no other way. He just hates my ass. And he hates the fact that for 9 years, I've been the breadwinner in this family. And I've been the one keeping us. And I'm just a reminder of everything that he feels he's failed in his life. But that's not my problem, because it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me. And now that I understand that it had nothing to do with me and that it's not my problem, I don't care. I am furious that I've allowed it to happen. At the same time, I can't carry on hating myself because I was trying to be a good wife. I was trying to do everything right. So, anyway, this vlog is like this is long, it's 17 minutes in, so I'll leave it at that. But just, you know, if you're going through, just know that you're not the only person, and I understand, and I know it's not that easy to, you don't want to enable the person, but you also need to survive. You really need to survive. So, you know, sometimes you have to do things that other people don't understand, and that's okay. It's okay. If I had someone that would tell me it's okay, I'd be like, okay. But it's also not okay. And if you can get out of it, really, really leave. In my situation, there are other legal factors that are literally binding me from not leaving this mess. Literally. So, I'm stuck in an awful cycle. But if you can get out, get out. Seriously, if you can, then get out. No man should even raise his voice to you. He shouldn't. You should be able to communicate. You know? Everyone gets into arguments, everyone disagrees, but there's a way of arguing, there's a way of disagreeing, there's a way of getting things done. It doesn't need to be in your face with the pushing and shoving, and then it escalates from there. Because a push will become a slap will become a kick will become a fist will become, you know, you being thrown against the wall. It's just, don't. Well, I'm done. I'm at 19 minutes, so hope you guys have a great day, and see you soon.